And what's up, everyone? Welcome into the Challenge After Show. Tonight, we're talking about The Challenge, Season 37, Episode 0, Global Activation. That's right, they labeled it Episode 0. And Pam, I think this is what we were looking for when we watched that Aftermath thing last week live on YouTube. Tonight, they delivered, I think, a little bit more.
Yes. Like, this was so fun. It got me pumped for the season. It was well produced. Like, they structured it in a certain way.
Yes.
It wasn't just like, let's throw a bunch of nonsense on the screen. It was great, and it did exactly what it was intended to do. I'm already into a few of the global, what are they called? The
global agents.
And I also liked Nani saying alumni instead of calling them vets. It's like, not everyone who's been on the challenge before is a vet. Let's call them alumni.
They're definitely not. I mean, you've got Nam there. He's not a vet, you know. So yeah, it would be hard. Even Big T, I mean, she's been around a little bit.
Even some of the Americans, I do not consider Fessy and Josh vets.
No, they shouldn't be considered that. But unfortunately, Pam, they're not bringing back that many old school people anymore. Like, they've got Ashley, Amanda, and CT, and Devin, I guess, and Corey and Nelson. So there are some, but
there's, I mean, all the Americans we know.
Majority of the people on the show we never end up seeing again, unless they really make their mark. We're not going to see them again.
I don't know. I mean, it looks like we're going to get to know them. They gave them a fair amount of
I just mean in general. Like Amber M. Are we ever going to see Amber M again? No.
Oh, you mean the other, like the new, oh, yeah. No, you're right. Yes, of course. Right. Yes, no, we're never, I already forgot Amber M. No offense on Amber M. Now I'm like, Amber M.
No, for sure.
Yes, I remember. She was a little spitfire. Sure. You're right. Oh, yeah, totally. The fly-by-night alumni. You're right. Unless they do something or they're great TV.
Right. Now, I guess my question to you, Pam, is do you want to do this in order of how it was presented to us? Or do you just want to straight up at the top of the episode right now, tell me out of the new people who you already like?
Okay. I can do that.
You want to do that? Okay, let's do that. And I'll tell you.
I will do whatever you want to do. So
I think that could be fun. We just say, like, not the vets, because we'll just get into them, because we already obviously have our favorites of the returnees.
Sure.
But the brand new people from what they showed us tonight, who's on your radar? Who are you like, oh, I'm excited to watch this person, et cetera, et cetera. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So my first, because now my notes are in the order. So la-di-da, let me see. So I liked the way, first of all, they came in cars. It's very a la Bachelor, which they do.
Loved it.
Limo pulled up, and usually the Bachelor stands out and goes, "Hi, I'm da-da-da." So that's how you meet every contestant. So this was good. I already enjoyed that. Okay. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Logan, obviously good looking. I say get it, Big T. But Tina seemed funny and cool too.
I just wrote down, like, I tried to give them things that we could remember them by. She was the one with the laugh, correct?
Yeah.
I just wrote down laugh. I'll remember her by her laugh. Got it.
Romanians, exclamation mark. I liked all the Romanians. She's like, I grew up in the circus. I'm like, these people are hardcore. Romanians.
Yes. Her name is, it starts with K, I think.
Oh. I liked
Berna. Berna is the circus performer. Berna.
Yes. The circus performer girl seemed great. And the whole Romanian car I liked. The Nigerians I liked, and I especially liked.
I liked Esther the best out of I believe she was one of the Nigerians, correct? Esther?
Yes.
I liked her the best.
Excited to see Nam. I really like Emmy.
Blue hair is what I wrote down for her.
And Michaela, who I think came in with the Americans, but she's from Survivor.
Michaela's the one that did not win Survivor, unlike her counterparts, Tommy and Michelle did win. Correct.
Yes. She's on my radar, seeming very smart and good gameplay, because she already was like, sure, I'm the irrelevant third person in this Survivor, alliance until they don't need me, which is very sharp of her and keen. Yeah. She struck me as sharp. I am excited. The new people seem really fun. And again, we need that energy of like, I'm here to hook up and meet hot guys. And and all that fun. And obviously they're super athletic because they've been on things. My only fear is that unless, who knows, unless they're producing so good that the editing is throwing us off, but it did look like it's clearly going to be, internationals versus the same way Americans or people that
I'm getting that vibe too. But as far as these
partners,
well, right, we know it's going to be a team. They say they're going to be getting their partners with an S, so they have more than one.
No, I think that means each of you will get a partner. Your partners.
So we know that then what's confusing by that, but not really, because they could easily get around it, is an American is going to be with a global agent. American agent with a global agent teamed up. Okay. Yeah, but then they also talk about how there's just going to be basic alliances too, where the veterans say, we need to have a veteran alliance because they outnumber us. So even though they're partnered with somebody from a global, that is a global agent, it looks like the American veterans are still going to be, I'm like milking a cow here.
Yeah,
they're going to be trying to work together still, somehow.
Yes, but they tried to do that even when they had, remember when it was, I think, literally like Americans versus the world, War of the Worlds.
Right.
And even though they had other partners that were War of the Worldsers, they still had all their they screwed themselves by having their old pettinesses. They still had alliances within alliances, despite their partners who were all new.
Correct. So and they even said that at the end, they're going to have a veteran alliance, but they believe it's going to be untrustworthy. I'm like, well, duh. So,
well, they've got too much baggage. Again, watch War of the Worlds, kids. Watch War of the Worlds. They should learn from their past mistakes and not turn on each other and not screw up alliances or screw the whole thing and not pretend to be in an alliance with every American because you're American. Like Big Brother's going to have Big Brother's back. CT's a lone wolf, Nelly and Corey. It's like, it's going to be, they all break down when it comes down to it. So
now we had mentioned last episode, we talked about how, there's all these new people in the house. There's going to be all these new hookups.
Yes.
Well, I wrote a list of some of these hookups that they clearly show happen. And a lot of them are with the veterans, which I like, or the veterans.
Oh, right. Okay, great. Go for it.
We've got Amanda and Fessy. Look like they do some smooching.
Which...
Not excited about that?
I find Fessy like, okay, have you ever watched Riff Tracks? Do you know what that is? No. It's like MSK 3000. It's like comedians watching a movie and joking about it.
Oh, okay, sure.
Over the like dubbed voiceover about how stupid the movie is.
Yeah.
And I'm currently watching Cool as Ice, the 1991 Vanilla Ice film. And Fessy looks like Vanilla Ice.
Wow.
Hairstyle is
besides that though. Did you like how they were showing the girls coming out of the water in these ridiculously sexy bikinis and then showing them, like they show Ashley coming out of the water and then they show Ashley and
Nelly
Nelson. There's a lot of good and it looks like Nelson is starting to catch a little more feelings than just friends with benefits as he stated tonight. This is so many good hookup stuff.
Right.
Nani and Casey are obviously going to have an ongoing romance throughout the whole thing, but they clearly show that Casey's newly single and they are not together yet, which is perfect because we get to see that happen. And then the other one is that Emmanuel and Michelle. We learned tonight. Hold on. I have all my, he's Survivor Romania. He says that he's a vampire and a professional dancer.
He's Romanian. So yeah, they're intense, man. But we also see him, the same fella, with Tori.
Dancing. So maybe it's just a dance, but then again, and we also...
Thank you, MTVT, said that there's alleged hookups between the two of them.
Yeah, and we also get
Tori and Amanda.
Straight up from the mouth of the babe, we get Tori saying that her and Fessy definitely went to Turks and Caicos, and they're doing it there. They were doing it, but it didn't end well.
Right. I loved. She was like, it was not a weekend in paradise.
Right.
I wrote, oh snap, Tori hates Fessy. Like, I think she hates him because she's super nice and never says an ill, like that shade.
Yeah.
From a normal person, I would think doesn't mean they hate them, but I'm like, she hates him. Like, I think.
So now that we've kind of gone over like the overview of the favorites, I'm going to go through each little thing that happened throughout the whole episode, and you and I are going to comment on each thing.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Sounds Perfect.
Okay, so the first people we see Corey and Nelson. And Corey introduced them with their full names. I've never heard on these shows that they even say their full names. They said Corey Wharton, and they said Nelson. God, I can't think of his last name. But he referred to them in their full names, and I was like, "Is that a new thing?" Because I've never heard that before. But that was just my
never. But I think at this point we know Corey and Nelson's last name. I mean, I don't know why they would do that because
it's just interesting. I never heard, whatever. And then that was in one car. We have that in the one car. Who's with them? Is CT in the car with them?
Yes.
I want to say CT's in there too.
Yes.
So
Corey, Nelson, and CT. Yes.
Then they go to Ashley and Amanda with Corey L from 12 Dates of Christmas. And yes, again, Amanda and Ashley. Ashley's like, oh, I don't know why people think I'm so mean and I'm such a bad person. You wear the snake earrings and now you're pretending to be the devil, but you're not trying to brand yourself as that, Ashley. I can't. Next time.
I think she's well aware of her.
No, but I remember last season, she's like, I don't know why people are so mean to me. I'm not a bad person. Then Ashley, you got to stop doing these little gimmicks. If I hear her complain this season, I'm calling her out for it because it's garbage. If she's like, why do they think I'm the devil? I'm not mean. You made this. You did this. You and Amanda.
She seems to be self-aware. I mean, she started by saying, everyone knows me as that whatever, that's gonna whatever. And then when they were like, oh, Ashley, that's the most, when Devin said, she said something like, let the hate in your heart out. And Devin was like, that's the most Ashley, Amanda
thing. I just want Ashley, if she's gonna do this, dig into her brand. Ashley, no, I mean, I know we're talking about Amanda being the devil too, but Ashley also plays into that brand of being the
not nearly as much. Amanda though is like self-aware that she is a pop-off.
Agreed. But Ashley pointed out that they're all wearing the devil's clothing in there, mind you. So Ashley said that.
She's making jokes. Ashley's making jokes. She's
right.
not a mean person. I think she's a funny, loyal person. I mean, I don't think Amanda, I think, has been evil, is mean to people. And
Amanda's great about it because Amanda buys into her own shit. Amanda buys into it.
Right. Amanda's self-aware.
She's like Bananas. He knows he's the villain and he just loves being the villain. He digs more into it, as we saw last week when he's selling this picture of him and Sarah from Rivals 3. Still to this day, for what you showed it to me, it was $15 a picture, right?
And it was sold out.
And you told me, and it had Bananas like signature on it. It's like $15.
You thought about the moment when her face fell, like your moment of evil.
Correct.
Yes.
It was that exact moment where he stole the money. The next car we get Tommy, Michelle, and Michaela.
Gender politics, though, may I? Ashley is horrible for doing that to Hunter, and Bananas is selling autographs about it. We do have a double standard. There's a gender double standard.
Well, but there's also that whole thing of how bad Hunter treated her. So I think that we actually give her some slack on it. Because he treated her poorly that season.
I don't think she did it because she believed Hunter mistreated her at all.
I didn't say that, but you're saying that we think it's so evil that Ashley did that, which it is. But at the same time, I feel like there is some, because Sarah wasn't mean to Bananas in any way.
No, Sarah really didn't deserve it, but I don't think Hunter deserved it either. I think when you work as a partner.
I agree. I think they should have, even though he did treat her poorly, I still think, dude, he carried half the, he definitely did half the work.
That were inappropriate. I'm not again defending Hunter,
right.
But so did she. Like, I think that's
he wasn't letting him walk all over her.
Like, for stealing half the money that your partner helped you earn. Again, I love Ashley. I'm proud of her. I'm saying there is, even my innate feeling is like, that rascal Bananas and like, Ashley, you bitch. It's like, that is a
yeah, look, I think both people should have split with their partner.
And Bananas can embrace being that rascal, whereas Ashley, it seems people will actually.
Still, I mean, we literally called him a dick last week. It's not like we're letting him get away with it. We were saying, what a dick move, you already have the money.
I'm veering into off.
I know we are. All right. Okay. Survivor people. We got Tommy, Michelle, Michaela, all from Survivor US. Tommy and Michelle both won, and MTV's like, let's bring them both on the show. Anybody that wins Survivor, I'm sorry, but that is someone not to be messed with. I think they are going to be really good in this game, just in general.
Yeah. Well, Jay won Survivor. who else is a Survivor winner that came on? I feel like there's been more Survivor winners, but
what was Turbo on? What was
Turbo was like Survivor Uzbekistan or something.
I don't even know. Well, I thought he was from Turkey, but I don't know what Turbo. It's so long ago. It's hard.
I don't know either, but Turbo was one of those kind of shows.
Right.
Like, and someone else that came on and left really quick was like from Last Man on a Boat or something. Like he won and he was sent. I don't know. But yes, those Survivor people seem good. And yes, that guy who, it's funny, I thought was English, the redheaded guy, Tommy.
Apparently it says he was on Survivor US. I don't know where he's from.
Funny. I wonder if I just decided he was English and started hearing it. But I do agree that he seems kind of like a leader. He already came gunning for CT, like, oh, you don't look how, which also he said CT didn't like look the way he used to look when he started watching him, which was a dig.
Well, and also I thought it was, I thought that too, Pam, but then I thought he was saying CT looked good because he lost the dad bod. Like he looked more in shape because then CT, because then CT did a whole thing about how he goes, yeah, I don't look like I used to. I decided to trim the fat because I'm getting older. So I thought Tommy was giving him a compliment. Like, hey, when I watched you on TV 2 seasons ago, you looked fat, basically. Now you're back to a little bit more in shape. Am I wrong?
No, that would be, then you would say, wow, you look like how you looked when I first started watching you. But he didn't say that. And CT said, I know, and no one will let me forget it. Ha, ha, ha. Well, the dad bod, I wasn't, and then went in to say how he lost weight. I think the guy was being shady. However, the point is CT, man, woohoo. He looks good. And he looks like he's taken 15 years off of his life too. By getting everything looks good.
He'll never be as ripped up. He'll never be as ripped up as he once was, but he is looking great.
Yeah, I mean, he's trim and his face looks fresh. Like he doesn't look tired and puffy. He definitely looks great all around. Right, he was getting that bloated Vince Vaughn look. The sort of just older guy, and this is my face now.
For sure.
But he doesn't, he lost that. So he seems to, whatever he's been doing, kudos to CT.
Now, did you watch Love Island when they filmed it in Vegas?
Yes. There's like 800 episodes of that.
Oh, way too many episodes. I watched it. Awful, Pam. I watched it as well. I actually enjoyed it enough, but it was way too long. Yeah. Jeremiah was on that. If you remember, he lasted less than a week, though. He didn't do shit on that show. He was on and off before we knew.
He was someone else.
We both did.
Right.
And then when I saw him, I'm like, oh, that's not the dude that won Love Island. He's the dude that lasted 5 days, and they asked him to be on this show. Whatever. He's there. He's got his hands all over Tori and Anissa. His hands were all over their legs, rubbing them up and down. Okay, I guess you're trying to get on their good side, but then again, are you on their good side by touching a girl? Did you have their permission? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It was weird. It was weird to me.
Not permission. It is weird, though, to sit and rub the legs of people you
just met.
I
agree. I thought it was weird, but he's there.
And literally, it was so like I was like, yeah, same thing. Like, I mean, Anissa seemed into it. She was like, he's super hot. I'll sleep about, so maybe they had established more of a repartee
than we knew. He's also the guy.
They seem as freaked out as we are about it.
Right. He's also the guy that apparently wants to be in the Young Bucks that Nelson had mentioned during the Aftermath show. So this is the guy that's going to apparently try to get in with the Young Bucks.
Okay.
That's who Nelson had mentioned on the other show. It's all all the pieces are coming together now.
Sure.
So this is a big announcement, which I think they might have mentioned on the Aftermath, that Devin is now working with Big Brother.
Yes,
and they squashed their beef
in a limo together. Devin in the middle.
I know, that was pretty funny. That was a good transition, though, from the Survivor people talking from Jeremiah being all laxed with the ladies to Devin jammed up in the middle. It made me laugh.
Oh, me too. It was great. Oh, hold on. I have to mention my second favorite quote of this entire show was, Devin's a smart guy, and I'm a smart guy.
I think I right away, I'm like, Pam is not going to buy into that stuff.
I was laughing so hard. I mean, I think, he's a smart dude, and I'm a smart dude. That was the actual quote.
As you know, when Josh first came onto the scene, I actually built a liking for him throughout that first season because I thought he was an underdog. He tried really hard. I thought he got screwed on that one elimination, as we had a big beef about that, you and I. And then last season and after, I was like, he's whatever. I don't like him or hate him. He's just whatever. Now he's working with one of my favorites, Devin. So I'm like, I'm not sure how to feel. I'll have to see how it plays out. But I don't like that Devin is going to work with Fessy. I'm thinking this is what's going to happen, though, because Devin is my boy. I think he's going to play nice with Fessy at first and then try to screw him over halfway through the season. And then I'll love Devin even more for it. That's just a prediction, though. I have no idea. I don't know any spoilers. That's what I'm hoping for, though, because I don't want Devin to be with Fessy. I don't want it to happen. So, yeah.
And I hope we get a Devin hookup, too. Do we see any previews of that? Because
and I feel that if he did hook up with someone, they would have shown it in the previews, and they didn't. So I don't know who it would be with. But I'm thinking no. They showed so many hookups, fam. I feel like they would show Devin too.
Yep. I don't know.
So does Nelson hook up with Amanda in the steam room? Is that what he was talking about last week?
It seems like Nelson and Amanda have been hooking up or Nelson and Ashley have been hooking up for a while. She said, "Oh, we're friends with benefits," wink, wink. And then we see them hooking up. So yeah, it seems like they've been. That's not a new thing, but then yeah.
But still, they could still hook up in the steam room in theory.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but
no, sure. They just showed them at their at a club of some kind talking, and Nelson was saying how much he liked her.
Yeah.
Which is cute. I like that. You know what? Hey, Nelson came into AfterBuzz. We had a great conversation with the dude. He was more than happy to talk with us that night.
So sweet and sincere. Like
he was. And you know, we've talked about how Nelson says really bonehead things, but then he tries to make up for it. So he's one of those guys that we definitely root for, I think.
I do. I think Nelson lacks the ability to be like calculating.
In a little bit, coming up in like 3 more topics, we're going to talk about him and Fessy. I think that's going to be interesting too.
The fight, right, when we got from the suitcase, fight or hookup.
Well, yeah, well, that's a whole different thing. But it looks like Nelson is really holding a grudge against Fessy. And I hope that he holds that grudge and doesn't, if Fessy does go and apologize to him, I really hope Nelson does not accept his apology and just says it's Young Bucks versus Big Brother this season. I hope he does that, but who the hell knows?
Who the hell knows?
I don't know. The next thing we get is the Nani and Casey car, and they purposely put them alone in that damn thing together, hoping for some good. Producers are they can be very dumb sometimes, but they're very smart as well. And it was a very smart move putting them in a limo or SUV together because they were probably hoping for maybe a handhold at least or something. Mm-hmm. And they definitely are starting us on the love interest
for sure
very soon. I love that.
Which was really sweet. I loved what Nani said.
Yes.
And I'm a big fan of those two together. So
yeah. Anyways, so yeah, now they're in the house. We get to see the house again. They show us more and more of the house. House looks perfect. Super pumped for the hookups. Again, holy crap. The producers knew something was wrong. They said, these people that watch the challenge are not here just for the all serious, who's going to win? We're all going to fight each other in the battle of a lifetime. We want the light, fluffy side. Thank God they did this. This is so good.
And at least the ability to game. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just game with your 10-year alliance. Like, we know who goes with who. We know who's loyal to who. We know who's this and that. It's like, you got to give us something new.
As mentioned before, we talked about Fessy and Tori, how they did hook up. Amanda says that she likes Fessy. All she says is, I got my eye on Fessy. And then at the end of the episode, in my notes here, you see Amanda and Fessy hooking up. So that's it all came full circle there. We don't know how far it goes. Maybe it's just a makeout session. But I'm excited for it. I'm here for that for sure. I know you don't like Fessy. Neither do I really, but a hookup's a hookup. And if it turns into something, if there's some drama behind it, or if they really start to like each other, I love either way. If they really like each other, that's great. If it turns just a hookup, I like that too. It can all be fun.
All I can say for Fessy is that he is lucky about his God-given look and size, because he is an unappealing person.
I can jump on board with that.
Apparently, he's very good looking, and even people that know he sucks are like, yeah, he's real hot. So like,
yeah. He's the worst teammate ever. He's the worst teammate ever, but he's good looking. Okay.
Right. Like apparently he must be very good looking, because
so you're telling me you don't find him attractive personally?
I mean,
I'm waiting for an answer.
I am very a person that
they've got to have a good personality.
Not even got to have a good personality, but like usually, unless someone's like Emmanuel or the French model or whoever, the model guy, I was like, dang, he's hot. And
so Emmanuel with all the tattoos.
No, not Emmanuel. Sorry, the model.
Oh, Logan.
I was like, ooh, that's a good looking guy.
Okay.
But should he behave like Fessy, he would become unattractive to me. Usually it's like Nelly has actually grown this season. I'm like, he is so adorable. Like, he's so cute after we saw him sacrifice for Corey and him be goofy. Like, now I think he's cute.
Now, last season,
I understand that Fessy's obviously attractive, but his look and style and personality overtake that for me.
Last season, you were really vibing Corey. How are you feeling about him this season?
I always love Corey's always hot.
But your attractiveness to him has grown, as I recall.
No, I mean, he's someone that's super hot and has a good personality.
Okay. I thought for some reason last season I thought that you really started to like him.
No, it just came out more in discussion last season.
Okay, fair enough.
From the start has been like, I get it that he's like a Lothario. He is. But what's his face? Fessy. These girls, I feel like, throw themselves at him and then regret it. Like, even the hookups are always like,
So that's the American agents. That's the whole thing. They get an incoming transmission and they go off to their first mission, and they show them like locked up. That's all we see. Next to some type of, looks like a concrete structure. I think they're going to have to bang this structure out. I think they showed us that a little bit, but whatever. We don't know. All right. Going to my global agents now. We're over on the global agents side. Okay. The first people we see, they show us Kyle. They show us this guy, Hughie. I think it rhymes with Loogie. I don't know much about Hughie.
Oh, I thought it was Huey.
Huey? Okay. Huey.
Right? It's spelled like H.
It's Hughie. So I don't pronounce the G. Huey, like Huey, Dewey, and Louie? Like Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Okay.
Yeah, like Huey Lewis and the newest news.
Big brother. And Gabo, Warsaw Shore, which is in Poland, and apparently
Gabo's good looking. Is he appealing? I don't know, but
apparently they're going for comedy. He is going to be the comedic relief this season, possibly. He knows nothing about the show. He thinks that TJ is a stranger.
He was like, "Who are these people?" When he got like, "Is this the Jersey Shore?"
He's that guy that we talk about every season. It's like, dude, why don't you do a little bit of homework? Unless he's playing it up for the camera. How do you not know who TJ is? How do you not know that he's the host? How are you not told this?
That is the most obvious basic, even if you weren't trying to watch the show.
So I think he's playing it up for camera, possibly. It got more funny throughout the show. At first, I was like, oh, God. But it got a little more funny. Your thoughts on Huey or Gabo or Kyle so far?
Huey, I think, is going to be fun. If he's got any ability to compete, he could last a long time. Gabo is funny. He said, what did he say? Nam was like, yeah, so la la la. And he's like, I'm just trying to eat, dude.
I'm just trying to eat. Yeah. Gabo doesn't seem like he's taking this thing too seriously, which could be huge for him. He's just going to have to try to just win some challenges, and that's about it. What about Huey's making you think he's going to be so good? I'm not getting any vibes from him.
Maybe Gabo is trying to be the new Bear. Remember when Bear was like, I don't know.
Without knowing who Bear is, yeah.
Yeah, without knowing who Bear is. Just the person like, I'm just here for fun, mate,
And that's great. I can buy into that. But what about Huey did it for you? Because he did nothing for me.
He just said that he's like, I'm outspoken and loud and obnoxious, and sometimes I say too much. Those people usually aren't idiots that are sort of the outspoken ones that are like trying to be leaders. I don't know if he will be any sort of physical competitor, but I think he understands game, because Big Brother is all game. So, or so much about gaming and strategizing. So I'm assuming he went far. Was he a Big Brother winner?
It didn't say that that in the episode, so I'm not sure.
And again, Josh was a Big Brother winner. So I mean, like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Because
okay. How do you feel? I mean, here we talked a little bit about Logan, Big T, and then Bettina. They're all in a car together. Bettina is the one with the laugh. She's Paradise Hotels from Sweden. I've never heard of the show. And then Big T clearly likes Logan. I mean, they didn't show them hooking up in the previews, but Logan is going to be a hot commodity. People are going to want to hook up with him. He's also a model. He says he doesn't really take it that seriously, though, because he doesn't want to expend that energy to that. He doesn't want that responsibility.
Too cool to be a model. Yeah.
Too cool to be a model, yet he's making money being a model. So maybe show it a little bit of respect to Logan. I'm not buying into Logan either. Maybe he's a really good competitor. He'll change my mind. I'm not vibing with Logan as far as like, he's gonna be my next Devin. I'm gonna love him like Devin. No. So
no, I don't think he's gonna be loved like Devin, but at least he does seem to know about the show. Is he the one that's like, I can't wait to meet Tori and Anissa, who someone was excited about?
One of them was, but I mean, how hard is it to Google search that? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see.
Logan. Ooh, don't hate on Logan.
I'm gonna hate on Logan. He's too good looking. I gotta hate on Logan, because then I'm like, look at me. He's
right.
Come on. So if he's a good competitor, I get to hate on him more.
For sure.
But if he turns out to be a cool guy, I forget all that. But if he's a good competitor and he's better looking and he's just kind of there, I mean, I love to hate on those guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a personality. That's all.
Yes.
Our next car is Emmy, who is Survivor Romania, blue hair, who you seem to like. Emmanuel, Survivor Romania, all tattooed up, vampire, and Priscilla, who we don't learn much about, Love Island UK. Basically, she says, I'm gonna show that I'm not intimidated by them, even though I just walked around in a bathing suit all day and they had to survive.
Oh, that's what Priscilla. Okay,
that's her. That's our next car. Right. I mean, I'll give the producers this. They did a great job splitting this up so we could kind of learn everyone. This is the going in blind thing I don't have to worry about anymore. They didn't show everyone. There are a couple of people that I saw in the background who they don't talk about at all, basically. There's one girl with black hair. We don't even know anything about her. She's a white girl, black hair.
You sure it's not Bettina?
Nope. I saw Bettina next to her, so that's how I knew, because I thought it might have been her. They don't show her at all. We're going to learn about her. But anyways.
Okay.
We barely learn anything about the Renan, the professional basketball X on the beach player. He's a sex counselor, but that's later on.
Okay.
You don't remember him with black hair?
Yeah, I think at this point it's hard to remember other names.
There's too many of them. I know.
A lot really fast.
What's your thoughts on Emmy, Emmanuel, and Priscilla?
I really liked Emmy and Emmanuel. And now that I'm remembering Priscilla, so I did forget about her, but now that I'm remembering that comment, it was funny. But yeah, those people from the dating shows, who knows if they're what they've got,
Yeah, I'm not getting anything from any of them yet. They've got.
Oh, really?
I feel like it's just too early, because Emmanuel, he could turn into being a jerker. He could. I don't know. He's giving me, not his fault, but he's giving me a Bear vibe with the way that he's all tattooed up and stuff. I don't know. I'm just getting bad. And I liked Bear for a while until obviously he's doing some horrible stuff. How can I like that kid anymore? It's
no. But Emmy stood
out. By the way, Emmy, what?
No, stood out to me, not in the limo ride, but back in the house. She was funny. I don't, she was like hopping on the beds and she stood out to me. That's all I really have.
Did you, not to change the subject, did you see Bear's latest thing? He went to the courthouse for his arraignment. He's laughing the whole way. He's taking pictures of him in his new outfit that he wore just for being in court. Like, dude, this kid is off the rails.
He doesn't know when it's not funny anymore.
It's not.
It is a fine line. Like, there's a point where you have to be, I like ha ha ha, I laugh at everything attitude to some extent, but it's like, dude, you're a criminal. You're a fucking criminal. Yeah, it's not funny. You're not cute. Like you're, yeah.
The next bus or car of people we get is Esther, and I'm gonna pronounce her name wrong. Taka?
Yeah, Nigerian car.
The Nigerian. Is it just the two of them, or is there someone else in there
No,
too?
there was a guy in there.
There was a guy in there who we learn later. His name is
Oh, he was good looking. Yeah.
Too Hot. He's from Too Hot to Handle.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? I wrote it down somewhere. I can't.
I don't know. We'll learn their names when the season starts.
Kells, Kelz, Kells.
Okay, Kells.
He doesn't. They don't introduce him in that car though. They just talk about the two Nigerian girls and Esther. I get good vibes from Esther. Takcha. I don't know yet about her. I'm gonna pronounce the name wrong until I hear it a couple more times. But
she I like her. She didn't talk a lot. I like her style though, and when she spoke, she did kind of remind me of Cam a tiny bit.
You get a Cam vibe.
A little Cam vibe, which made me happy, but I might be projecting that onto her.
Okay. Then they're all in the house. They don't show any other buses. They didn't show Nam in his car. Unfortunately, I would have loved to heard Nam. They do show Nam in the house. We get Berna, the circus performer that we mentioned earlier. Yes. I'm getting good vibes from Berna right away. I like it. She's smart
too. She's like, I want CT. I've done my research. Like, I know when they had the files out, she's like, I know who I want. I want CT. And I'm like, oh, I want that for you.
And mind you, these are just first impressions we're giving everyone at home listening to us right now, watching us. These are just first impressions. We have no idea what's going to happen. But right now, just from a first impression, I like what Berna had to say. I like her physical fitness of a circus performer. You're not, I mean, you got to be able to move like in balance and do all these things. You got to have this good endurance. And I think endurance is huge in the challenge.
And she was hilarious because I think it was her, Berna, that was like, people look at my face and they think I can take things. Like she does a resting bitch face.
Yeah, she had a hard face, body. She said. Yeah.
She's like, I have strong face, strong body. People think I can take anything. And I liked that she knew that about herself and that it's like, no, it's still her, just because I have resting bitch face doesn't mean I'm a bitch. She was impressive. And again, I liked that she did her research and wanted CT. That's the smartest partner anyone could want. So
yeah. Which brings us to our next thing. They get their incoming transmission from TJ now, and Kyle has to translate for the house. Believe it or not, Kyle is basically says, look, I know what's going on here. I'm the only one. He's in charge. For the first time in his life, Kyle's like, I can translate for everybody here. So congratulations to Kyle there, the new dad himself here on the show. And he basically says, tomorrow we're going to do our first mission and we're going to find out who our partners are. And they get these cases with information on each person. Now, why do you think that is there for them? Is that going to be like a quiz that TJ gives, helping them find out who their partners, or are they already guaranteed a partner? Is their partners already picked out is my question to you, Pam.
No, I think that, I think that they are going to do some sort of challenge where
that's going to base who they get as a partner, and they need to learn as much as they can.
I think they're going to pick, but I think they're going to get.
I took it more of they were going to have to do some research and memorize everyone's information so that later on they're going to be asked questions about it, and if they get more questions right, then they get to be with a certain person. But you're probably more right.
Or something like we're sort of saying the same thing. It's just the way it's. I don't know if the challenge is going to be based on the information in their files.
Because it looked like they had to sledgehammer a certain person free. So therefore, that would either be their partner already, or they got to pick that person was their partner. It's hard to say how they're going to. I think
that they will pick their partner somehow, and then
beforehand
that will be the challenge. Whoever gets their partner, like the dig me out of my grave challenge.
So tell us in the comments below how you think they're going to be picking their partners, if it's already set up or if they get to choose on the day, et cetera, et cetera. We do want to hear from you on that for sure. That's basically everything. And then we get that. Did you watch the quick trailer at the end where they're just showing flashes?
I didn't watch all of it because
they're throwing spaghetti against the wall basically and see if anything sticks in our heads. They're just chucking
at it. I saw Corey and a snake, like crawling around.
Corey and a snake. Did you see our special guest? Our special guest is back.
Yep.
They had a special. Do we want to say who it is?
No, I didn't see. See, I don't like getting spoiled. That's why I was like, they give so much away.
They showed it's a girl that comes into the show.
They give so much away in those previews that I think it's spoily.
Do you want me to tell you who comes onto the show as a special treat? You love this girl.
Is it Cara?
You know she's retired. We talked about that.
No, I think that
you broke that news right here on the Challenge After Show.
I think it was proved a myth. People give me the Cara tea. I don't know. Yes, who I love this girl.
We don't have to call her Amber B anymore. It's just Amber.
Amber. Yeah, cool. I like Amber.
But you didn't see her in the they were showing shots of her.
For Amber B.
Amber B.
Her, and then I thought to myself, that patina sure looks like Amber B.
They showed her coming out of the pool looking.
I did see something, but I was trying. I stopped paying good attention.
Right. So this season she's just Amber apparently because Amber M is never coming back.
Okay. Now, who do you think she replaces? Do you think someone?
I'm wondering if she'd in theory have to replace someone, correct? Because if they can't have 18 and 17, or can they?
We did with the Dig Me Out of My Grave challenge. Remember Tony Two Kids ran in and it was like Tony and Johnny. That was like.
What's throwing me off though is wouldn't she be top choice of someone to come back next season? She wouldn't be a replacement character as far as I'm concerned. So I'm wondering if they bring in her plus another global. Wait, where's Amber B from?
America.
Okay. So then they would have to bring in another, maybe they bring in 18 F 18.
Where she's from. Yeah. I think she's not that exciting, so she wouldn't necessarily, but I think they have to give all the reigning champions their
title. Yeah, her and CT won. How could they not come back? So either someone, you're right, Pam, I didn't think of this way. Either someone gets kicked off or has to leave for a medical reason, and then she comes on for that person, or they somehow add one more global agent, one more American agent.
It might be a Tony Two Kids where there's like one extra global agent that's without a partner, and then Amber B comes and is their partner.
So do you think right now that they just didn't tell us right now it's only 16 American agents and 17 global, and we just don't know that yet, and they're going to do that way, and then bam, it's 17, 17. Maybe it's that way then.
I think it's that way. That would be my guess.
There's so many ways it could be that she gets them show. But clearly they showed her multiple times. They showed her.
That would be my guess if I had to guess, but who freaking knows?
They showed her in a bikini, so I didn't forget her. I saw her.
Okay, she has good style too.
What's that?
She has good style.
Great style.
Yeah.
And they are showing us that they are trying to sex up this season. They are showing people coming out of pools and stopping wet.
TTs, lips galore. Yeah, they're just focusing on body parts. Like there was
they are doing it this season.
Yeah.
I honestly think maybe the producers were afraid of losing me. They were like, oh God, Dan's not going to watch after this season if we don't give him some hookups or something. But yeah, I think a lot of people were feeling that way. Not just.
I think clearly, Dan, they were like, Dan is losing interest.
Yeah.
We've got to give Conspiracy Corner and Drama Dan something to talk about.
Right. Danny Drama needs something to talk about. Also, I think they saw how well All Stars did with the hookups on that show. Just a little, it wasn't even like anything insane, but the way that Anissa and Latyrian were flirting, and the way that obviously Alton and Gisela were flirting was in like such good TV.
Yes.
Yeah, it was time.
Yep.
So, any final thoughts on this, and then any predictions possibly that you have for the season? I mean, we're getting the first episode in 2 days. It's not very far away.
Yeah. Well, this is for just our Patreon, right?
I think I think we should put this up on YouTube, and I think for our Patreon this week, I got a great idea. All Stars season 2 just started filming. I think we should talk about the cast.
Fine. Okay. So then we'll make the announcement. Let's make this announcement. You're getting this bonus content, even if you're not a Patreon. Thank you so much to all our patrons.
Yeah.
We're pumped for the season to start. And we will do a special for you for this Patreon on All Stars season 2 cast.
Yeah, I think we should talk about that this week at some point.
Yes.
Maybe after we talk about the so we do a little research after episode 1 on Wednesday. You and I do a solid 30 minutes on All-Stars season 2 cast. I looked them up. There's some good names in there.
Done. And Jenna, for those of you wondering, is off traveling the world right now. So she'll be with us next week, but this week she's traveling.
Yeah.
So back to business. I thought it was great. I don't know enough. It's like any shows I watch, it takes me a while to learn their names, the new people.
Yeah, I love the way the producers did this, because it really did. I actually feel like I'm very well prepared to sit down and enjoy the challenge on Wednesday. And anyone watching home, like, should I watch the global activation episode? Should I not? I would definitely recommend it. You're getting a lot of names thrown at you, but I think what you don't pick up on from this episode, you can get the rest on episode 1 versus having to try to get everything memorized down episode 1. You can relax a little more enjoying the show.
Agreed 1,000,000%. And they did this, which was really helpful with War of the Worlds. They did in the bunker. They had them in a different place at first, and we got to know them, and that was super helpful. And this was too.
Yeah.
It was a really good prep for the season. It did its job. Like, I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm curious. I can't wait to watch the hookups. There's vet drama I want to see, and there's new people that seem intriguing too. So
yeah, I know that Jenna told us to think positive for the season. After watching this, I'm actually feeling like, even if I'm not into like how serious they're taking the show, with the challenges are so serious and the politicking is so serious versus having fun with it, I think that the hookup side of it is going to keep me very interested throughout the season, and I'm super excited. I actually am. I'm in. I'm buying 100%.
I'm in too.
Yeah,
I'm all in. I can't wait to see. And I think the fun drama will be about the vet and non that we maybe didn't see, the hookups that we don't know anything about, that are going to complicate any politicking.
Let's do this real quick. Out of the veterans that are back, who are you excited about the vets being back? Because now we've seen basically everybody. I can give you mine, and then you can give me yours. I have 2 major ones, but I'm sure there's others I'm forgetting about.
Okay.
Devin, obviously. I just think that he's going to pull a big twist on Big Brother later on in the season. That's going to make my day. And I'm really excited to see Nam again. I loved Nam last season, and I think that if his back that was messing him up?
Yeah.
If he has a strong back this season and his back's not flaring up, I really am excited to see him win and do some big things in this house.
I guess this is tricky. CT, obviously, if I have to pick one on the vet side, I'm really excited about Cam and Nani, so I'm here for that storyline.
Wait, Casey and Nani.
Oh yeah, sorry, I just have Cam on the brain.
She's not on this season. You're missing. I know.
Yeah, no, yeah. Casey and Nani. I was thinking literally as I said that I am missing Cam this season, because I thought she was on this season for some reason.
I think we all did, because I mean, maybe she just wants to take a break, because Leroy's 1 week, take some time with Leroy and do their thing in Houston and all that, and that's great.
For sure. I'm not mad at her. I miss her.
I know you're not mad at her.
Yeah, no. And yeah, sure. Nam too, Kyle. I'm interested in seeing how everyone performs that we know.
Yeah, I think Kyle would be another one for me for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously,
and I think
CT won last year, right? So I'm okay with him not winning this time, if that makes sense.
CT?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love that he's just dominant, I mean, I don't know. I also like when he pulls out from underdog status, like when he wasn't picked on the USA team. And he flew under the radar forever and like won everything for the other team, and so I do have a ton of respect for CT. So I don't mind if he doesn't win, but we know he's going to be a force. And
what were you saying about Josh?
Yeah, my mind was okay, Josh. So I think hopefully Josh, like Amanda, embracing that she's devilish, is gonna stop trying to be a cool alpha male and embrace that he's the doof. Like, you're a doof, Josh.
Okay.
So it seems like he's like from his like dunk tank and from certain things like, of course there's a big brother alliance, like that he might be getting more on board with ribbing himself a little,
Right.
which would make me a bigger fan of his, because it's just that he was so like, I'm great and strong and good competitor, that it's like,
if you remember his first season, he was the underdog. He was paired up with Amanda, I believe, and the only reason he came back is because some other guy had to go home. Like, he wasn't even supposed to be there.
No, he wasn't even supposed to be there.
He was like the goof that first season. I think that's why I did like him so much and was so like, oh, I can't wait to see what Josh does next. And then he turned into this other guy the last couple seasons, and I wasn't.
See, I didn't like him from the get-go. I felt he wasn't even.
Anybody that's a viewer of this podcast and after show knows that.
Yep.
All right. Well, any final thoughts, Pam? Done? Yeah.
Super pumped. Thank you guys again for watching. Spread the word, like, subscribe, smash the subscribe button.
And also comment in the section below who you're looking forward to seeing on the veteran side, American side, whatever you want to call it, and on the global side, who you're looking forward to seeing. Or just vets and rookies. I don't care.
No, they're calling it America. After watching this, so we can call it America and Global.
Yeah, after watching this, who was like, oh man, I'm going to root for them this season type of situation.
So we think Bettina and Emmy are my sort of Bettina and Emmy right now.
You're getting that vibe. I'm going more of the Esther Berna. I'm vibing them right now. None of the new guys yet. I gotta see him more. Yeah.
I might like Huey, and I can't tell yet. I mean, it's too.
If Gabo's here to just be a funny personality, I could jump on board with Gabo. I can't tell if he's gonna be douchey yet though, or like know that he's being that way. Then I can be more into it if he's playing a game where he's trying to,
that will remains to be seen, because he looks physically imposing. So we're gonna have to see what he comes up with.
All right, well, we'll see you guys in a couple days for the global games, as they're calling them. They start in 2 days on August 11th, and we will have an after show for you guys that night as well. So come on back and see us, and we're going to talk all about episode 1. Hopefully we're all in for a treat. We think that we are.
I think so.
All right. See you guys. See you in 2 days.